what are we up for in our next leg?
Well, like I said, we're going to be gaining at least another 2,000 feet before we get to 12,100 feet above sea level. We're going to be driving along the alpine tundra, overlooking the peaks of the Continental Divide.
Just, you ready to take off?
I'm ready.
How about you?
Ready to go.
We're gone. Well, we made it. We're at the top of Rocky Mountain National Park. As you see, the air is very thin up here. We're moving very slow. I'm thrilled that the camcorder's working, or at least I hope it is. We're at 12,090 feet. Deanna, what are we looking at over here?
Well, right now we're looking at a cloud. Actually, we're looking at the Continental Divide and the peaks on it, and we are within a cloud. Yeah.
I mean, Mark, as you notice when we were coming up here, we passed what's called the tree line. Why don't you tell everybody what the tree line is?
Basically, it's just we're so far up in elevation that the trees can't grow up here. And we are literally in a cloud right now.
Yeah. And, while we were coming up, as we were, ascending up to the last 2,000 feet, we saw the clouds above us. And then at some point, we were in the cloud. Well, I guess the next step is we're going to start heading back down the mountain?
Correct. Just because of the weather, we were planning on going a little further, but we're going to go ahead and head on down, get to some warmer temperatures, and we're going to check out the other half of the eastern portion of Rocky Mountain National Park.
And the temperature gauge on the vision said?
45.
With wind chill, what would you estimate?
30.
I tell you what, he has a fairing, he has heated seats, heated grips. We don't.
No, we don't.
I think I want a vision. Okay, now off to our next step. We'll be back in just a little bit. Well, we're at our final stop of today's journey. Tell us about where we are.
We are now at Sprague Lake. We're about 500 feet below Bear Lake, which is the top of Bear Lake Road at 9,200 feet above sea level. I decided to come out here since it was so cloudy up on Trail Ridge Road. I really wanted the guys to see some peaks, and here they are.
I mean, you have to look at this. This is a postcard. Of all the places we've been today, do you think we've seen anything that beats the scenery?
This last 2-3 miles getting up here has been the best part of the entire ride.
And you know, the amazing part is we've been riding for nearly 4 hours today. We did stop, take a picnic lunch. Deanna did set that up for us, and that worked out very well. Of all the places we've been, what do you think was the most scenic or the best ride?
Well, I think coming up through, obviously going up to the top and getting up to the top of the mountain up in the clouds, that was fantastic in and of itself. But then getting back here in by the lake and just having all the switchbacks and everything, this has been fantastic.
Well, we've been dodging a lot of weather. It's just starting to sprinkle on us a little bit. Deanna, I have to talk to you about your tours. Now, this is the first time that you've actually done an organized tour. You're in the scooter rental business. When you and I talked, you decided, let's give it a shot. It's toward the end of your season. I have to tell you, from my point of view, and I'm going to ask Mark what he thinks of this as well, this has been a wonderful experience. And the reason I say that, we could have done this with the GPS, but we ran into some situations where we were heading right into some weather. And you were able to look at it and say, I have another way for us to go. And we were able to avoid that kind of weather. That alone was worth the price of admission. It was absolutely wonderful. Mark, what's your thought about going on an organized tour these days?
This was so nice just because we can get out here and, like you and I have talked about already, we don't have to think about it. We can just kind of go where the tour guide takes us. We can take the time to enjoy the scenery. We don't have to worry about maps. We don't have to worry about getting lost. Have we been to this place or not? We just ride and have fun. And so it's been great.
Dina, it was a wonderful experience. I want to thank you very much.
You're so welcome. It was a pleasure having you guys here. It's been fun for me too.
And I have to tell you something. Most of the people watching us right now are riding big bikes. You were riding a Vision. You and I were riding, the Honda Ruckus, the big Ruckus, the 250cc. The way these roads are designed, I don't think that there was maybe one or two opportunities where you would have liked to open her up. It really wasn't that way.
Yeah, I mean, if you're bringing a motorcycle up here, trust me, it's a fantastic place to bring a motorcycle, but you're not going to be going 60, 70 miles an hour on these roads. It's 25, 35 miles an hour. And you know what? That's all you want, because at that speed you can really enjoy the whole reason why you're up here.
Okay, if you'd like more information about her tours and scooter rentals in Estes Park, Colorado,
www.zootscootestes.com.
For the VOG.net, I'm the Gadget Guru, Andy Parr, and I'll see you on the road and online.